Strap yourself in, folks. This is gonna get rough. G'day everybody, welcome back. Holy dooly, haven't I opened up a hornet's nest. Have you ever sort of made a comment or said something and you didn't think anything of it? You didn't think that, you know, it was just something you say, and didn't have any thought about how that might impact some people, particularly those who have got a fairly heavy investment in whatever topic it is that you're commentating on. Well, that's what I did, and yeah, I ruffled a few feathers, but I'll tell you what, normally I'd sort of put my hand up and say, yeah, I didn't consider this, didn't consider that, maybe I should have thought a bit more about it before I said that. But right now I'm at the point where I'm ready to say, go and root your boot, because I tell you what, the flaming disgusting response that I've witnessed warranted the making of this video. So let me start. We'll serve up a shit sandwich. If you don't know what a shit sandwich is, that's what they do if you've ever been managed, where they bring you into an office and they will say something positive, then they flame and drop what they really want to talk to you about, and then they might try and turn it into a little positive as you're walking out the door so you don't feel so bad. So the good points are the bread, and the shit's the stuff in the middle. So I'm going to start this shit sandwich by saying that I have the utmost respect for a man by the name of Damien. Now Damien is a former president of the Motorcycle Riders Association, and he has done a lot of fantastic things for motorcycling in Australia. He is an avid campaigner for all things motorcycle. He is essentially responsible for the introduction of footpath parking in Melbourne. He's an avid campaigner for the banning of wire rope barriers. He just spends his entire life trying to better motorcycling from a community perspective, as well as from, look, I got an escort, as well as from a political standpoint. So that being said, Damien took offence to my video. Now there's a reason for this. Now Damien is actually a friend of mine. We've broken bread together, we've been on rides together, we're both members of the Riders of Tasmania, but he clearly doesn't know who I am, because he had never heard of me or my channel, and you know. So this is the thing about political animals like Damien. He is that wrapped up in his own little world, his own bubble, that he fails to see the picture, the world around him, I guess. Socially inept. Now, Damien Googles and searches and reads everything he can about the subjects that he's particularly invested in. And he would have been Googling for the Hobart toy run and came across my video. Either that or somebody has sent it to him. Either way, he says it came into his life unsolicited, was a public opinion, and therefore he would have his own public opinion or debate about my video and the content. And what he did was he put it on Facebook and said, this bloke doesn't know what he's talking about. Look at this, he's not, by his own admission, he's never done a toy run. How can he speak with any authority? That kind of nonsense, you know. And I wrote, yeah, the guy's a flog, and he gave it a thumbs up, which I thought was hilarious. Anyway, I thought, oh, it was a bit of fun. But then it started getting nasty, and one of his bloody mates piled on and started saying that I was a non-motorcycle. Oh, and Damien called me a motorcycle turncoat, and said then his mates piled on, and one of them was saying how I'm not a real motorcyclist, and little Andy doesn't know what a little Andy's talking about, and all of this sort of bloody nonsense. And then he went on, that particular guy went on and said that I was also a racist. Now I took a bit of offence to that. For a start, we're all racist, every one of us. It's embedded into our DNA. It is a scientific fact that we're meant to be afraid of that doesn't look like us. And the theory is that it goes back to days when people that lived in different parts of the world ate different foods, etc., possibly carried different pathogens, and it was in our best interest from a health perspective to not interact. But the difference is that in this day and age, you have a choice as to whether or not you want to be an arsehole about it. Now, I choose not to be. And I accept anybody and everybody. And I've got friends that are from all races, colours and creeds. Now, he called me a racist. And I took a bit of offence to that, and I responded probably not brilliantly, but at the time I wrote, "Mate, I have sucked more black dicks than you've had hot dinners." Now, that shut him up. He didn't come back, but Damien did, and he took offence to that, saying that I leapt straight to profanity and all the rest of it. Yeah, whatever. We're all grown-ups. But then this other idiot mate of his, by the name of Ryder is his last name. I'm tipping it's not his real name. I'll bring it up and put it on the screen. Mick Ryder, I think. I can't remember. I'll put it on the screen because it's a public opinion, and this is a public platform, and I can respond any way I see fit if you respond in kind in public. So anyway, on the public forum of Facebook, this idiot put up that my video was in fact equally damaging to motorcycles. First he took offence to the fact that I mentioned V-twins. Now, that's all done in good fun, and we all take the piss out of every bloody brand. Everyone takes the piss out of me for riding Ducatis. We all take the piss out of everybody in the Riders of Tasmania who rides a Kawasaki because of the Rotfather's bloody love for the brand. And we all take the piss out of Harley Davidsons because that's what we do. And they all take it in good fun and then just come back in kind. Not this idiot. He starts going on how insulted he was that I should dare say something about about American V-twins. And then he went on to suggest that I also ride a V-twin and told me that I don't know anything about motorcycles. Mate, Harley Davidsons are a V-twin. They have a 45-degree V. Ducatis are an L-twin. They have a 90-degree V. If you don't know the difference, it's not my fault you don't know anything about motorcycling. Anyway, then I had a bit of a look at his Facebook page, and he's hiding something. There's no photos of him. There's no, like, it's all his false persona. So he's just a keyboard warrior, and what he doesn't understand that in order for me to be offended, first I must value his opinion. So luckily for me, I don't. But the silly prick went on to say, can you believe this? This is the problem I have with Damien and his cronies. Damien is an extremist. Now, while that might be all well and good, you know, it's one man's freedom fighter and it's another man's terrorist, all that sort of nonsense. The fact is that when you have anybody that is an extremist, and a militant extremist such as Damien can be, you really got to tread carefully, because they can very easily undo the hard work that they're doing by putting people offside and basically alienating themselves in their opinions. You got to have some flexibility. Anyway, this bloody clown gets on, this Mick Ryder, whatever his name is, gets on and says that he believes that my video has done as much damage to motorcycling as the Father's Day massacre. Now, if for those that don't know, the non-Australians, and most of my viewing public are from the United Kingdom actually. However, so if you don't know, in 1984, the rural New South Wales town of Milpera, there was a coming together between the Comancheros and the Bandidos, and there was a shootout. I think 7 people from memory were killed, including an innocent bystander who was a 15-year-old girl. This happened on Father's Day, 1984. Rightio, we've ditched the police escort. G'day, mate. And anyway, so yes, he's compared that Milpera massacre was an absolutely tragic, horrible, disgusting event, and to draw any correlation between my video saying that I don't like toy runs because there's too many dickheads in too much close proximity to the Milpera massacre is just, yeah. And then he decided that he was also going to throw in a threat that should he ever meet me, he's going to be happy to get his point across. Okay, so in the interest of fairness, what I will do is acknowledge the hard work and dedication of all of those people that goes into organising these events, and all of the people that have done that hard work, the Motorcycle Riders Association of Australia and Salvation Army and the Tasmanian Police Force and everybody else that's involved. But what I would like in kind is for Damien and his bloody band of merry men to accept that this incident took place. It took place during the event, and that instead of trying to associate blame and pointing the finger at someone like me, I mean, this thing was widely covered on the news and social media. I want you to accept that there are rogue elements, and it only takes 1%. You got 2,000 bikes, that's 20-something bikes that can do the wrong thing and bring the whole thing undone. They're the people to blame, not me. So I want you to accept that this happened, accept that these things do happen. I saw a video on Facebook Watch, just randomly popped into my feed, someone doing the toy run, and the 2022 Hobart toy run, and there was a video of a guy standing on foot pegs on the back wheel on the Brooker Highway, and this bloke doing the video is going, woohoo, look at this guy. See, they think that's normal, and that's what you have to fix. Anyway, acknowledge it happened, acknowledge it took place during the event, and show a bit of empathy and a bit of sympathy for this poor man and the other one that was hit as well. But this poor man, who was an elderly gentleman and went through 9 hours of frickin' surgery as a result of this incident. Acknowledge it happened, send him your sympathies, and him and his family, and we'll all get on fine, because at the moment you're just a flaming pig-headed, extremist, bloody Extinction Rebellion bastard who's gluing themselves to priceless artwork. That's how you come across. You want people to believe in your cause, you want people, motorcyclists, and don't call me a turncoat, motorcyclists to get on board with this. I'm sorry, I correct that. Continue to get on board with the toy run and other like events. Then you need to engage a little and not be so bloody militant. Anyway, that's it, rant over. So to all my regular viewers, thanks for putting up with it. You know who you are, the ones with common sense. So next year I'll film it, I'll go and do it, stuff it. You say, oh, you've never done a toy run, and that somehow makes me illegitimate as any type of motorcycle commentary. So I'll go and do it next year, and I'll film it as a YouTuber, and we'll capture what we capture, I guess. And I hope it's a fantastic day, and everyone has fun. I hope I don't see any dickheads doing wheel stands, burnouts, rev bombs, and just generally being wankers. If I do, I'm sure that I'll be accused of superimposing it into my video. But anyway, let's see how we go. They stole the election. Catch you next time on Andy's Motorcycle Obsessions. Bye for now.